Good of day, all creatures of various change ratings, and welcome to Kingdom of Aldana, where possibly I would have to roleplay a couple gods today, which is pretty exciting, kind of makes me feel very powerful. But let's recap what has happened previously. We left off with the ship exploding and members of Heron Stellans and their new acquaintances finding themselves in various states of dismemberment. Let's go with that. As Melora, Arles, and Jahound found themselves hurt but alive, Leos was brought back from the brink of death through potentially the sheer power of his willpower. And the Traeger was missing, nowhere to be found, neither on the ship or around the ship. You have crawled out of the rubble into the ocean air and surveyed the area, seeing the death and the destruction that the explosion of the ship has caused. As you seek for Traeger, or at least for his body, your companion Scarlet Thornton, has arrived on the boat and began to assist you. You have succeeded at finding Traeger's body on the bottom of the ocean, but trying to retrieve it, Melora managed to drown herself. With both of them dead and on the bottom of the ocean, you find yourselves unable to do anything about their bodies or to retrieve them. Scarlet and Leos are forced to take a trip on the back of Pegasus to Nevo, where Scarlet retrieves a certain artifact that you later use to actually get the bodies of your friends from out of the water. And as once again Scarlet leaves on Nebula to summon help, you row side of a boat towards Nebula and are picked up by a Nebula Navy ship and brought to the port. You rush to the Assassin Palace looking for help from Lady Khazar, who sadly is currently unavailable. But at the very least, you find your safety there, you secure the bodies of your friends, and take a long-anticipated, long-needed, long rest. Although some of you have your sleep rather interrupted by terrible, terrible dreams. Some of you head towards the Raven's Rest, seeking assistance and explanation from the clerics out there, who explain some of the intricacies of the ritual and ready to help you do the ritual, but advise you to seek your friend, South Greyfellow, for his connection to the Raven Queen is much stronger and should provide you with better chances of bringing your friends back. As such, you prepare to leave Nebo as soon as possible to regroup with Salan and see if you manage to bring your friends back. But for now, you're still in Nebo. And let's pick off from the Temple of the Raven Queen. Let's see where all of you want to go. What to do with the bodies. Actually, I believe the bodies were left behind to be prepared. So let's go with that. Set from that.
So from what I remember, it was very early in the morning too, right? It was like 5 a.m. or something.
5, 6.
And something like that. And what we still had to do was get at least some of the cash that you two were still owed, because the rest is going to be with the bank. But you'll have to pick up that money for the journey before we try and head out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Or out of character, does anyone still have anything they are required to do, need to do before we leave Nebo for a very long time, likely?
I would just go to the bank and pick up my cash.
Yeah, picking up the cash sounds good, and perhaps buying some something we can use to like get through the journey, like provisions and whatnot.
We usually detract those from our current money funds at the end of the travel, or when the travel's happening.
All right.
like for the horses and so on.
All right.
We
But
do
just-
still have our carriage.
Okay. But just to have it be known, Jahan would likely try and shop for something he could use to spice up the food a bit. Just to make it better to travel.
Yeah, that wouldn't be hard. Well, it wouldn't be hard at all, as soon as markets open. So all I have to do is wait a little bit.
And how are we in regards to waiting? Are we in? As far as I remember, we are in a bit of a hurry.
Yes, we're in a bit of a hurry because while Severus is currently taking some days off and not looking for us, the Azure Vigil will be made responsible for that.
Yeah.
So we have until they've figured it out, and who knows how long that is.
How are we in regards to waiting for buying stuff? Because as far as I remember, it's pretty early, but we could. But there's going to be a while before the bank opens anyway.
Yes. Yes. Until then, I think we can quickly do whatever is most necessary for everyone. Then we'll try and get the fuck out of here with the 2 corpses.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything to add other than that.
Me neither.
Well, in that case, basically, does anybody stay behind at the temple?
I'll stay where the bodies are, yeah. If the
Yeah.
bodies are still kept there, then yes, I'm staying behind at the temple.
Right. Well, you're just hanging around because the bodies have been carried away by the priests to prepare for the journey, as I have explained previously. So you just wait there, and Jahan and Leos, you two are gonna go buy whatever you need and. Right. By the way, I believe I have discussed that with Selim, but the cash is not going to be at the bank.
All right.
It's gonna be at the Hyperbole's office.
Well, in
Yeah,
that case,
actually went back and looked at the vault, but yeah.
In that case, we would go there.
It doesn't really change anything aside from your location, but well, let's go with that. So, do the 3 of you just wait opening hours at the temple, or the 2 of you head out earlier?
I'm waiting until they return with money or without. That's what I'm waiting for. And after that, I think the Azure Vigil, what's it called, carriage, is probably still parked near the temple for now. The one we were sort of given underhand. And yeah, I'll wait until the 2 of them return.
All right. And I think that Jan would probably, if the shops aren't open or anything, then he'd probably try to get something done about how he looks, like some clothes, getting some of the burnt beard shaved so that it all matches and it's not just one side burned off.
Well, if you actually remembered, your beard has been taken care of.
Okay. Didn't remember.
By the young lady wizard at Lady Kazar's place.
Also known as Emma Vane.
Also known as Amawain, yes. I'm not sure if Jahan heard her name. But it's, once again, basically the question is, do you wait like 2 hours until everything opens at the temple, or do you walk around until everything opens?
I think Jahan would probably want to wait by the temple, just so, or not by the temple, by the office, so that they can get it as soon as possible. That would be his suggestion, at least.
I would probably suggest that we wait here at the temple.
All right.
Because if something does happen while we're waiting for them to open, it's better to be all together.
All right.
Very well. So,
Okay.
in that case, you wait inside of the temple, and about an hour or something like that, of your waiting time, you get a ping on your sending stone. It's a message from Albert, which basically says code words, and in the remaining words, he urges you to return to Creozon as quickly as possible to regroup and plan your further actions. And the end of the message is temples will help if necessary. It looks like a statement, not a question.
Okay. When I sent it yesterday,
I think so.
my ping. Yeah,
Like, it was somewhere at night or in the evening. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna relay the message to them. But even with this, I think we're just heading east until we meet Salan, somewhere close to the forest, the woodlands. I don't think there's any point in going to Kreuzung any sooner, and it's way out of the way too, so not much sense in it, is there? I hope the shops open soon.
Yeah. Oh, what a mess. So, how long till the shop's open?
You wait for about another hour until the streets start filling up. And it seems at least the shops around the temple start opening. So that might be a good time to head out and look for things you need. Though at the same time it becomes pretty obvious that you will not be able to use that carriage to get out of the city. For as the streets fill up, the carriage becomes not a means of transportation that works in Nemo.
Alright. Can we get the carriage to outside the city and wait for it there? And have it wait for us there? So that we can just travel to it?
Come again? Where should we have it? The other one ready, you mean?
Yeah, outside of the city.
Well, the problem is we'll still have to somehow, I don't know what the restrictions are on taking bodies out. If there is anything... I mean, we can prepare the carriage in advance. That's not much of an issue, but I don't think that'll really...
We could just get to the city wall and I could literally teleport me and one body out and come back and get the other one.
What do you think the city defenses are gonna do when they see someone appearing?
Well, you shouldn't appear in clear sight, so I would suggest looking for cover beforehand.
You'd have to get up on the walls, not stand beneath them. They're meant, and I really don't think that's gonna be a good option. Have you seen the defenses this city has?
Yeah.
You seen the grasshopper-like things? That'll shoot you down. I wouldn't advise it. Worst case scenario, I can give it a try, but first I'd see if we can just spin a story of bringing them back where their family is waiting for them to be buried.
Could we perhaps get some sort of I don't know, permission from the temple or something. Those people seem like you could talk to them to escort these people out. Do we know anything who could help us with something like that?
I'll go in and ask.
All right.
I'll look for anyone of the Raven Queen's temple.
McMahon, McMahon, make me an investigation check. So it's strange and eerie a little bit, for as you start checking the place, there's no one around. But basically the moment you like walk into one of the rooms that might look like a place people will be and walk out of it, there's one of them waiting for you.
Okay, approach them and say, will we face any issues if we attempt to bring out the bodies out of the city?
Only if you ask stupid questions.
Well, so if we just head there and they will just wave us through if we don't say any stupid shit.
They won't. That's why we're coming with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That sounds good.
The bodies should be ready in 2 hours. Just be prepared
Okay,
for that.
Yeah, we will. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will inform Alice about that.
Sounds convenient enough.
And so should we just go to the company?
Sure, I mean, at this point,
I still hope for them to give me those glasses. Need them.
yeah, I think that'll take longer, but maybe we'll see. And as we're probably gonna start walking in that general direction, I am gonna send this to Albert.
Give me a moment. Nope.
Hmm. Our bank has so much money in it. Our bank account, I guess.
So you're going, all 3 of you, right?
Sorry, what?
All 3 of you are going, right?
No, I'm staying at this temple. I'm
Ah,
not leaving
sure.
their bodies.
Okay, in
No
that
problem,
case, the 2 of you, Jahan and Leos, head into the city. There's enough time as you're going through to purchase whatever
Yeah.
you need for your travels, spices, clothes, basically,
Food stuff.
like if you
Yes.
want, I don't know, a box full of like basically all of the spices you could think of, and half of the spices you can't think of, that's gonna be 25
Yep.
gold.
Consider done.
Yeah, it's just basically like, how they sell in modern world, basically like that.
Mm.
So it's gonna last you a while. If you want clothes, like just ordinary new clothes are gonna run you like 1 gold unless you're looking for something better than ordinary.
He just takes 3 sets of ordinary clothes.
Well,
You don't want the spices?
Both the spices and clothes.
Oh, okay.
Of course, he wants the spice.
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 Right, and as you make your way through the city and find yourself in front of whatever building the hyperbole is located in, it seems that they have just recently opened, and you find no problem walking inside and walking up to the pretty ladies at the receptionist's desk. One of them smiles at you and asks you if she could help you.
Hello.
Hello. We're here to pick up our payment for a task we did recently for this company.
She continues smiling and asks you for your identification or your name, how you introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Elias Samuel. Is that enough?
She kind of looks at Jahan.
Jahan.
And she asks if you would remember the name of the manager that worked with you or gave you the task.
Shit, what was his name? Fuck.
Jack.
Rather
Stop
than
being
giving his name, Jahan starts describing how he looked.
Go ahead.
And well, it has been a while out of character, but in character. How long ago was it?
Jack Krasny.
There's a slightly puzzled look on the face of the receptionist lady, but the smile remains. And she asks you to please sit down. She's going to contact appropriate.
Why did she look surprised? Is there any way I can tell if it's...
Make an insight check.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuck.
Like you register the surprise, but you're too tired to see what part she was surprised at. She might have been honestly surprised at Jahan acting like that. He's not very good at charades. But she asks you to please sit down. She's gonna get the contact, and anything you want will be sorted.
I'll sit down.
She clicks away on her heels, and you wait a little bit until she returns with another similarly dressed pretty lady who asks you to come with her. And she gets you to the also common one of the like conference rooms, meeting rooms, and asks you if you would like some refreshments. She seems to be, like intentionally polite, trying to be very careful and anticipate your needs and desires. Is there anything you require of her?
Jahan says yes to the refreshments, and otherwise just sits and more or less looks to Leas and tries to follow his lead in these situations.
Yeah.
I don't need anything, thank you.
So she leaves you for a moment, gets back with like a container that holds water for Jahan as my brain struggles. And ask you to wait just a little bit longer. And you do wait for like 5 minutes before like you basically hear from out of the hallway like, "Hey Barry, looking cheery today. Good work, good work. Go on, go on." Yeah. The door opens and Jack walks in. Big smile on his face, looking about as sleek and overdressed as usual. Who do I see? It's my favorite adventurers. It's why only the two of you?
Our favorite business partner. How are you?
Hello.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. It's great, amazing, and all to thank you for. It's just perfect, wonderful day. What can I do you for?
Oh, you're welcome.
If I'm correctly informed, we are able to pick up the exploits, the financial exploits of our adventure.
How could I forget? Of course. So, where's the two of you?
The others are currently involved with some other business.
Understandable, but you have the papers.
Sure.
I imagine.
I take out the papers.
Alright. Alright,
Are
so
these the papers?
that was going to be the 6,000 for the two of you in trading bars, I believe. And I do have very good news for you. So, it turns out that the assessment is not quite complete, but we're pretty sure where it's gonna go. So, seeing as how I like you very much, and you're such great people, I just decided to go ahead and pay you the full price just right now. We'll figure out the correct sum later, and we'll do the taxes, but I mean it's gonna go over the limit anyway, so it doesn't matter for you, and now keep up the relationship, do the good work. After all, I do owe you a little bit. So, the 6,000 is gonna come just in a moment. I'll get it brought for you, as well as there was an item you wanted from me. That's gonna be brought as well. Yes, glasses, wonderful. And the rest, because the 8,500 has already been transmitted to the bank, you'll have to go pick it up. But the remaining 35,000, what would you like to do with them?
Can you give them to us now?
Well, we can transfer them to you, yes.
No cash payment right now possible?
It's 347, man. Nobody's carrying around that much cash anymore. Not in business.
In
gotta keep it moving.
copper coins,
Gotta
please.
keep it moving.
Well, in that case, transfer to the usual account.
Very well. That will be done. So, while your stuff is being brought, how are you doing? Any new plans you have? Any new adventures? Anything else that could earn in us some cash?
I think we're going to chill a bit in the town, destroy the enjoy the pleasures, not destroy the pleasures of the town. I misspoke. And just live a good life after a nice adventure, and then maybe some new adventures. Who knows?
Think about that. I have been forgetting to tell you about this the previous times we met, but the guys at Train D have... where was it? Oh, here. It's a bit crumpled, but the guys at Research and Development wanted me to show you this list. And I gives you a list. So they're coming up with new ways to do cool, impressive stuff that goes just faster, stronger, better, faster. And they need some materials for it. So there's some beasties around the nature that they want to have parts of to try it out. And I have them on the list. So you meet any of them, you kill them, just bring them back. I mean, it's gonna be good money.
Oh yeah, I will gladly take it. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you look at the list or?
Oh yeah, I want to take a good look.
Give me a moment. Right. The list is not that long, to be honest, but in alphabetical, it counts the following materials: Ankheg acid, a living basilisk, Behir scales, bullet plates, eye of a beholder, giant spider silk, Remorha's blood, and rope tendrils.
What was the last one?
Rope tendrils.
Ah,
What was it of the Ankeg?
acid.
Acid, thank you.
I mean, I honestly don't know what kind of this shit is more dangerous and what's not, but I imagine the dangerous stuff is gonna be more expensive. And then obviously it's gonna depend on the amount you bring and the quality, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be at least a couple thousand for each of those. I'll have to check with the guys.
Okay.
Question:
Yeah.
if we are to harvest something like that, won't we need something to store it in so it doesn't go bad?
I guess so. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Do you know where
Well-
we can buy something like
Well, I think the only real problem on this list would be the Ankeg acid. We need some vials for that because otherwise the acid will eat us if we just keep it in our hands or something like that.
Don't ask me, I had a business.
And the living basilisk, that might be an issue. We might need a carriage or something like that for that. We'll figure it out.
Of course you will. You're my favorite adventures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a little bit sad that your talkative friend is not here. He wanted a present a little bit last time from us, and we couldn't get it for him. But well, what do you know? Mr. Tarseter has fallen a little bit ill, so I've been replacing him for the last time. I'm the chief executive
no.
officer now, and well, what do you know? I'm feeling generous, so I've got it for him. I've got it for him.
Can I pick up his stuff as well?
Yeah, of course.
Then I will happily take it for him. I think he will deeply appreciate it.
I'm hungry for that. I mean, next time we do an expedition, we're looking forward to working with you. It's gonna take a couple of years for that to happen, but you're not gonna die, right?
No.
Not
I'm just
planning
joking.
on it.
Just joking.
Someone, people like us know how to survive, you know.
I was sure of that.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit more small talk, and he's trying to be all charming and wonderful, but then one of the employees do bring in, and it's frankly a very small box, a small wooden box with, let's see, yeah, and he opens it, and there's just like those 12 like small platinum bars with Nebo seal on them, and he just like slides the box your way. Well, that's 12 of those, 500 gold each. They will be accepted pretty much anywhere in Aldana, so that's just as good as cold hard cash, but a lot less heavy to carry around. And there's like another small, like this big box. That's the item you requested last time, and like throws your way the slightly bent plaque that Jahan has torn off the wall for Arles previously.
Nice. I will take that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's been a pleasure, sweet chicks. So, business calls, duty calls, and done that.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day, my friend. And we head out. I think that sentence should have come like one session earlier. Yeah, I think at that point we'll just go back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as we arrive at the temple, I will take out the plague and hand it over to Alice and say, "Greetings from person." Wait, I have my notes. Yeah, Jack
Handsome
Krasny. Jack Krasny. He pulled some strings and got it for you.
That's very nice of him.
We got 6,000 worth in platinum bars.
That'll easily carry the the travel.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be much of an issue.
We might not get some change in a small village, but in that case,
The bag still holds about approximately 1,600 gold, so we'll be fine for small change. No worries about that.
I just like it when gold becomes small change.
No, I mean we can also pay in small change because we have single gold coins.
Yeah,
is what I
I know, but I mean, like, if you're gonna come to a village and like, with like breakfast, here's 1 gold coin. Like in small villages, that gold coin is gonna buy you a whole roasted pig.
We are going to ruin the economy of that village.
Yeah.
just a quick out of character question. Did you write the platinum down in the
No.
group loot?
No, because I can, but I didn't yet. No.
Okay, would you like to add it there?
Should I? Okay, I can.
Yeah. Leos would just easily, readily hand it over to anyone who might
Okay,
need
I'll
something.
put it in. Draw. Platinum trade bar.
But you didn't ask Jahan. Maybe Jahan wants those money for himself. I mean, how much spice can he buy with that?
Well, the spice. Will be the spice baron.
What do you want? Do you want to keep it on yourself?
I'm fine with
keep your
having
share.
carried in a party fund.
Good.
To be honest, I'm not very good with money. If I have it, I spend it, sort of thing.
I know the feeling.
My friend, there will come a day where we all will spend it, and we will spend it properly.
Okay.
Don't you dare buy clothes.
Not yet. Not while you're still potentially alive.
All right.
I think we're gonna wait for the temple to have the bodies prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
Coming back to that, because that would have happened while ago away. So, like half an hour after you got your communication from Albert and sent an answer to him, you get a mental ping from someone. But actually, let me quickly check the spell how it works. Do you get a mental image of the person, or?
I don't think so with sending.
And on the
Only-
screen, we just see the spell a power word kill.
No. No, that does not sound good.
Yeah. Okay. So
If it knows.
you don't. Yeah. You don't recognize who's sending a message, but you do recognize that there's like a message being sent your way.
Okay. That is.
Oh wait. I was for some reason thinking that you have to accept it. Actually, you don't have to accept it. It
No,
just
no,
goes
I
through.
think. Yeah, I think it just goes through.
So the message says code word. Greetings. My name is Kavagat Bukrida Nolikuter. I am the wizard of His Majesty Albert. I have been requested for assistance in communication. Please respond.
Greetings. Okay, that works for us. What is His Majesty trying to relay?
Code word. His Majesty would like me to say that if you're going to Tabamuk, you should meet up with Her Highness. She will be arriving at a similar time.
We are not entirely sure if we are going there or if we're gonna be waylaid by meeting Salan on the road. So we will, if depending on what happens, we will, but it's not clear yet.
That's way over 25 words, dude.
Does he say that?
Stupid
because
Twitter
saying,
social
"Oh."
media thing. That's his reply. That's way over 25 words, dude. Chill.
I can't read more than this.
You're stretching the magic, dude. What the fuck?
Code word. Your message has cut out in the end. Please confirm.
1 second.
Dan, would you write down the wizard's name? I didn't quite get that.
Oh, me neither.
His name
Or are
is
we not supposed to?
Kavagas Bukreader Nola Kutea.
Can you write it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I got Cavagras Butida. More not.
Okay, so what I'll answer is we will head there if possible. Trego and Melora have priority, so we can't confirm, but we will keep Albert updated on if we're heading there or if we're meeting up with her. That
Alright.
might have cut off at the end.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, there's like some delay, and you get like one last message like,
Please confirm.
basically, code word. His Majesty wants me to tell you that he understands and awaits your confirmation.
I'll just send back a single understood or something, and that's more or less all.
So that's your communication with Savage Book Eater
Oh god.
from North Dakota. Alright, so you do have to wait for a while until your friends return. And you do stuff with the money. And yeah. What's your next course of actions?
Waiting for the temples, are we?
Yeah.
That is?
I think so too.
Moment. Will I ever remember how you do this? Come on. Alright, good. So, alright, yeah. Just about when they told you this is gonna happen, the priests come out from the basement, 2 pairs, each carrying like a wooden frame that is holding a casket, a simple casket, which we imagine contains the bodies of Trego and Melora. They walk towards you, and maybe the same priestess that you have been talking to before, maybe someone who just has the same height as her, but she walks up to you and they have been prepared.
Thank you very much. Do you think you have a book on the teachings of your mistress? Anything one might borrow or be able to buy from you?
She seems confused for a moment.
Your queen.
There is not a book you could bring with you, but I'm certain that if you were to return, or if you were to ask a friend, who will be glad to tell you more.
Yeah, he loves talking. I remember. Okay, thank you for your help. Thank you very much. I think we're departing with these 2 caskets.
You are basically escorted by 4 priests, each pair carrying them, and through the city of Nebo. The people are very quick at making space when they see the priests moving through the streets. Some
Just
passerbys would occasionally do a short prayer to their respective god of choosing.
Just quickly, since all my conspicuous clothes are gone by now, I only have inconspicuous traveler clothes left over. So that's also what Arles is wearing now.
Oh yeah, and I'm taking one of those sets that Jahan bought.
Yep.
And put them on.
Alright. Is it all?
Yeah, pretty much.
You didn't have to roleplay putting your pants on, but thank you.
I just wanted to make it clear we aren't traveling conspicuously in comparison to usually.
Okay, sure. No, it was more for Lucas. But I get it.
Oh, I put my feet on my computer.
Yeah, sure.
That might have looked weird.
But the priests basically get you to the customs, and they basically ask a question. Actually, so yeah, they ask you if where you're moving those bodies, who are they to you?
So the basic information I'll be giving them is that we're moving them to Fewald, and that they're friends of ours who come from that vicinity, who originate from there.
Make me just a persuasion roll.
It should also be a deception roll, or whichever one.
Can I assist in that?
How?
But just saying, yes, we just want to return them to their families and abide by their traditions.
Alright, sure. Seems that with the presence of priests that gives some officiality to the proceedings. The custom officers don't delay it too long. The priests, however, this part at this moment leave you, but you do have basically the means to carry those caskets, except that there are 3 of you, so I guess I'll have to figure it out a little bit. But
yeah, I think it works this way. Jahan carries 2, and then one under each arm, no problem.
Is there something like a carriage service that
We own a carriage.
Oh,
Here.
do?
We own one, yes.
Oh, cool.
That's somewhere parked somewhere on the outskirts of Nebo because we couldn't take it in, so it has to be here.
so
Probably.
I would like to confirm that you intend to, put the caskets on top of your carriage.
I mean, what other way is...
None really. Not if you want to take that carriage. Because they will not fit inside. Not in
Yeah, they definitely won't fit inside. Can we just hire a wagon so they don't fall off on top of it? We have plenty of horses. Okay, no, we don't have more draft horses. Can we hire a wagon?
You can definitely buy one. Hiring though.
Okay, I don't mind buying one either. And I mean, they're like 50 gold or something.
35.
Yeah,
But
we
it's
can
actually
buy
no,
that.
it doesn't even have to be a wagon. It can be a cart. So like you can buy 15 gold cart and I don't know, a donkey
No, no.
or a mule.
No, no. We'll buy 2 more draft horses and a wagon.
It doesn't need even to draft horses. It's not that heavy. But
Okay, we'll take 1
you
draft
do.
horse.
Sure.
In case
Alright.
one of... Never mind.
Please pay attention to the amount of horses you currently own.
We currently have 5 draft horses, 2 riding horses.
5 draft
Uh,
horses?
Yeah. 4 for the carriage, and now we bought an additional...
4 for the carriage. Wow.
Yes.
That was only 2.
Yes. No, we were told it would be slow if we only...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One,
We're just gonna flood this country in horses.
another set of bit.
No, it's like basically like you have
wagon.
enough horses to fill a decently sized stable.
Yeah.
It's basically like an equivalent if you're like, oh yeah, I own like 4 cars. I use them all occasionally.
Yes.
You know what we need? We need a horse for each day of the week for each of us, and then we'll name them Monday, Tuesday.
No. Okay, we have 7 horses. That's plenty. A stagecoach and a wagon, which is honestly. Yeah, but I don't want to leave anything here.
Oh right, because Jahan doesn't have a horse.
Yes, not yet.
Yeah. Alright.
The 2 are mine and Melora's.
Actually, if Jahan wants to buy a horse, so like a good riding horse, this would be the place to do it.
Yeah,
Before
he'll
the-
probably do
Let's
that.
buy 1 more riding horse, sure.
So that's the
Why
Euro
not feed
75.
8 mouths? Does anyone want to buy some dogs, chickens, cats? Dogs are cool.
Actually, I wouldn't mind buying some chicken.
Sure, go ahead.
They're good for eggs.
Yeah, they're better for meat, I think, but whatever you want with the food, let's just get moving sooner rather than later. We're still somewhat on a clock.
Jan tries to get some chicken and something to carry them in, just to like put onto the wagon, so that they can lay eggs and be birds and get feed for them and whatever.
1 draft horse, 1 wagon, 1 riding horse, 1 set of bitten bridle. How many chickens do you want? Like 5?
Yeah, sure.
5 chickens plus cage. Okay, how much does that cost us?
So I hope you have counted the cost of everything before chicken.
How?
Actually,
You didn't tell me a price. I didn't know if we're doing standard or not.
Okay, just check the book for that. I'd say chicken go like 8 silver a chicken, 3 cage, and like 1 gold for enough feed for those chicken for like 2 weeks.
Ever. Until we eat them.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, I'll do some math.
Like, actually, like, yes, seriously. Oh, no. No, forget it. Forget it. 2 copper per chicken. And like 1 copper per day of feed for all 5 chicken. Let's go with that. Write it down somewhere and like just take it in account when you travel.
How much per chicken copper? What's it, 2 copper?
2 copper per chicken, yeah.
Okay, so we're buying 1 silver worth. Okay, great.
Just pay 1 gold and they'll give you everything you want.
Oh god, no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, you can continue. I'll be doing some more math here.
All right.
Saddle.
Alright, sure.
This is what it has come to. The
Yeah.
price of chicken.
Yeah.
Farm dog.
Like, oh crap, how are we gonna resurrect our friends? How much does a chicken cost?
Oh, this was
Alright.
quite...
So you sort out your stuff. Now you have a carriage. Actually, are you taking the carriage with you?
Yes.
Do you need
I
it?
mean, no, but
'Cause basically there are 3 of
we don't
you.
know if we can return to Nebo.
Because like there's two of you, one person needs to drive the carriage, one person needs to drive the wagon. And if you're taking all of the riding horses with you as well.
They were usually bound to whatever.
Yeah, I guess, but it's still two people driving.
Jan is capable of driving.
Also, just
that's
to
one.
ask how terrible people you are, do you place the chicken cage on the carriage or on the wagon?
I'm not putting them next to the caskets of my friends. That's what you're asking.
Maybe.
So onto the carriage.
All right. So now carriage is also chicken coop. Wonderful. So by the end of your preparation being finished, you like hear a horse approaching and see Scarlet riding a horse stop next to you and just look at you from above her high horse.
Thank you again. You leaving Nebo for a little while, or why are you back off the horse out here?
Oh, I'm coming with. I'm here because I'm coming with you.
Sounds good to me. I guess other parties do have an invested interest as well by now. And after how you helped last time.
That too, but I need to know.
Okay.
I can understand that.
So, are you prepared to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got everything we need short of a chicken coop. No, wait, that's over there.
Oh.
This is gonna be a long trip.
And just to be clear here, out of character, I do not want to kill our draft horses, but I would like to basically make haste, right? We are trying to get there as quickly as possible at the moment. We're not...
Well, as quick as possible without killing your horses is basically the same speed you've always been going at.
There's no way to travel faster. Maybe they can die as soon as we come to the Lunar Woodlands. I just don't want them to die earlier. Is that an option? To speed our travel?
You can move faster for a short period of time, after which the horses get too tired.
Okay, then
so basically either you kill them in a day, or waiting for them to rest.
Can we exchange draft horses wherever we go and pay an extra fee to travel faster, but swap out our draft horses every once in a while?
You
basically
can,
run them dry a little bit. I mean, we traveled here at like 200 GP per day cost when we swapped horses all the time.
The thing is, it's easy to have a riding horse move much faster, and a draft horse move much faster. Like if the carriage ones, yeah, I guess, but a wagon is not even like really built to move quickly. So I guess this will buy you some time. It's more even about not moving much fast. It's more like moving for longer periods of time, I guess.
Okay.
Not sure. It's gonna be completely different draft horses by the end of it, but
I mean, I'm not attached to those.
Yeah. Alright. So
Johan is kind of attached to his horse.
Yeah, we're not changing riding horses. They're they're capable of going much faster. They're not pulling the entire thing.
let me remember the distance. So 40, 130, 130 plus 150. So that's 28. Alright. I'm not gonna give you much more speed, but it will increase your speed a little bit. Because I'm already giving you more speed with just moving by horse compared to normal rolls. I'm gonna
How
say
much
this
are-
will this will
shorten, cut
Speed
cut
up?
the time needed, speed us up.
yes, but
Uh,
there's a phrase for this. This will shave off a day of the travel. Yeah,
Okay.
shave.
Well, day is good enough. Better than nothing.
Yeah, and let's say like basically in selling horses cheaper than you're buying them, you're basically gonna lose like I'd say like 70 gold throughout the
Okay.
travel.
Yeah, that's totally worth it.
So okay, so you start the trip. A little bit later this very day, you always get a message from Salon that basically confirms what you've heard before. She said that
Salon?
he is
Okay.
from Salon. He basically said that he's gonna head direction of Nebo following the main road, and that he says that for him it's gonna take 2 weeks to get from his place to Nebo. And yeah, I guess that's all he says. 'Cause
I'm gonna say thank you. We're leaving Nebo now along the road, traveling in the usual great and blanking carriage. Yeah, carriage. Just nothing more than that.
Alright. Very well. So the majority of the travel the majority of the travel does not pose any trouble or does not add any complications to the trip. It's just driving, exchanging horses, eating, sleeping, driving. However, a couple curious things do happen throughout the trip. One of which happens a day into your trip, and for that curious thing, I would like everyone except for Leos to
I'm dead. Can I stay?
No.
Damn it.
Bet I'm gonna dream now.
Sound off, please.
Give me a moment. Also, just as a heads up,
Yeah.
I can't see you. Like, I have all the screens black. So, write something when I need to pop back in.
Well, there is another call for that in that case.
Alright.
Sure. That's the wrong one. Yeah, that's a good one. So, yeah, now basically the first night you sleep outside of Nebo, you end up having a very lifelike dream where you are walking down the wide hallway of a castle or a mansion. It looks about as impressive as you've seen the mansion of all of the nobles you've seen in Nebo and even the castle. It's something very impressive. And as you understand that you're doing that, you also understand that you are following the blue-suited white back of Cerulus.
Okay. Do I know that this is a dream?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll just follow.
You walk for a little while longer until you come to like spiral staircase, and just start going up the staircase. There is like holding an oil lamp in one of his huge hands, or like like this. And as you start walking, you hear him start speaking. Well, lives the little man with his little tricks.
Ceruleus, big guy who blew up a boat.
So I did. So I did.
How does that make you feel?
Wonderful. Especially since the boat blew up because of all of you. Your friend Johan specifically.
Yeah. So, I bet that makes plans for you much more easy, right?
Not many plans left. The hero's talents are all but destroyed. One mad, lost to the wilds, one off on a pilgrimage to dead, and a little boy away from his family, not born or cut out to be a leader. And then the two of you, just strangers?
Well, yeah, if you put it like that, we're pretty fucked.
Yes, you are. But tell
Yeah.
me, little man, how long has it been since you reevaluated your priorities, your reasons for being where you are?
Well, to be honest, I've been questioning them from the start.
Good. Good.
Ever since that day that we were looking for Dr. Mesa. That I think that was the first bad decision, and after that it was just steps of more bad decisions. What do you suggest? I mean, be honest. What is your end game? What are you trying to achieve?
All I want is for your comrades to stop interfering with us. The less that happens in the process, the better.
Sure, I agree, but death is not the good thing. But what is it that you are trying to achieve? If we understand you, if I understand you, I would be able to convince them to stop this fool's errand.
I don't need you to convince everyone or anyone. I've tried to talk to you. I tried to talk to them many times. Last time it happened, your friend has tried to kill me.
But they
The
do
talks
see
are over.
they do
What
see you
matters
as an
now
enemy. They
is
do
what
not see
you
me
do.
as an enemy. And what would you think would be the best for me to do?
He stops. You talk a lot. I like talking too, but you do not listen.
Well,
Follow
you
me.
want
You will
us to stop.
You will see with your own eyes, and you will understand what I mean.
So
He starts
you
going again.
I'll follow him.
You walk for a while
On
longer,
the yeah
and
on the boat. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and the staircase kind of like enters into another hallway, where he stops and turns around and looks at you. I care little for what you're going to do. I care little for what they're going to do. I won. We won. The plan will proceed as it was supposed to proceed. But there is one who remains. And I do not like those ends. Back when you had encountered Tars the first time, Master Rocco has told me that Miss Niyate will be much more useful alive than dead. He has been right, as usual. I am here, little man, to offer you what you always wanted. He kind of like not tears off, but like moves away a curtain that was covering something, and there you see like a metal bar door, behind which is a fairly well furnished room. There's like a bed, a table, a chair, a barred window, and in that room, kind of like pacing a little bit, is Niyati. She doesn't look hurt. There are no like signs of torture or anything on her, although she is wearing like manacles, not connected by a chain, but just like bracers with runes on them, and her hair do look somewhat longer, but she does not seem to notice your presence. As I've said before, we're not monsters. We've talked to the niece, and some knowledge she has imparted upon us, some she has withheld. But she could return to you, untouched, unharmed, the way you left her.
I'm listening.
There is something very simple you need to do. Bring Aldis to us, alive or dead, or whatever you choose, whatever is easier for you. Make sure he ends up in our hands, and you will be reunited. I'm not going to lie, the reunion will have to wait. Or more like you could join her and be released at a later point. But both of you and you have my promise. And remember, when have I ever lied? Will be released unharmed and untouched. And remember, this is not a matter of you having a choice. This is a matter of how bad your choices are.
Is there any time frame for that?
I would not put a time frame on you, but if I were to see you delay and dawdle and warn your friends to prepare, I would reunite you with Miss Niyati anyway, except you'll have to wait a while before you collect all of her.
Okay. Because, yeah. Okay. I cannot promise you that it will be quick, but I will return him to you.
So long as what you do does not directly interfere with our work, for as soon as it does, you'll see what happens when I am angry. And you have not seen me angry yet.
Well, I don't want to.
Good.
I think I might be a bit wiser than the rest of the group when it comes to that. If it were up to me just to clarify that, I wouldn't have attacked you. I would have talked.
I am certain that you're lying, but Suit yourself.
No.
Look upon your friend, for this may be the last time you get this chance for a while.
I'll just take a long look and just. Can I check her for any wounds or any sign that she actually has been injured, but it
Make
has
a
been.
perception check.
Oh, fuck me.
From what you can tell, aside from the longer hair and the braces, she looks unwounded, and she does not look to be crazy or broken. So, compared to how you left her off, she must have been healed or whatever. But then again, yes, she looks exactly like her, so there must be at least truth of him knowing how she looks like very well. But then again, this is a dream. So
Okay.
who knows if this is true or not. That
Yeah.
letter was very long. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
But then
I-
again, what choices
Yeah.
do you have?
I turn to Ceruleus and say, I just want to clarify because I think honesty is something that remains only little in this world. I was saying the truth. I wanted to keep talking. I wasn't there for violence. I don't believe in violence. I don't like it. I don't use it. I don't see much point in it. At least until certain situations. But at that point, I just wanted to know what the fuck is up. Because I didn't know what I was going in.
That's why I said many good men die because of the orders of their masters. The masters not deserving of such deaths. Some of your friends have become dogs to the master of Never. Are you a dog to your king?
No.
Then make your choices and live with them. I'll accept any outcome. They will be both equally amusing. After all, this is not about winning. I have won. It's about winning in an efficient way. Now go, little man, and ponder your opportunities, for they are numbered. And the dream fades. And when in the morning you wake up, undisturbed and touched with full long rest, you remember the conversation as if it happened in real life. And I suppose, I guess we do need everyone to come back before we
Yay!
restart the call.
Just restart the call?
Well, let's pretend that we're taking a short break, wait for everyone to come back, and then restart the call. Go on. As I start fixing
What?
stupid cards.
No, you're hurting its feelings.
Yeah, sure.
Do it! I am the council. Do it!
Do it! Do it!
Say.
Alright. So, as I've been saying, the rest of your travel mostly passes undisturbed and devoid of any interesting encounters or wonderful meetings. As I try to find where this stupid card went. However, a single disturbing thing does happen on a certain morning as you guys awake and Leos and Jahan find a bit of their hair chipped off.
I find a bit of my hair chipped off.
Yep.
Wait.
Would that count as an attack?
For
my sword, because it would not.
wait a
It
moment.
would. Yeah.
Do you have the warning thing, right?
Yeah.
Can you post me the description? Actually, I should be able to look at it myself.
I'm trying. I can't post it.
I'm gonna look at it myself, don't worry.
No, sorry. That didn't work.
I don't think so. Because basically there was no combat to awaken you for. And you weren't surprised.
But it didn't warn of us of hostile people.
It doesn't warn you about hostile people.
No, yeah.
It doesn't do that. It awakes you if combat begins. You can't
Yeah.
be surprised. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Fair
slept.
enough.
You just slept. It's a shitty way of a warning.
It is very shitty indeed. Would I notice this in the morning when I get up? Probably not, right?
As a matter of fact, it's like the cut off parts seem to be in obvious places, like it was intentional. So, like for example, instead of Jahan missing a bit of hair, like somewhere over here, he's missing basically a part of his beard in the very front.
What? No!
Where's
He immediately goes over to Leas and is like, "Why would you do that?"
Have you looked at my hair?
Oh,
Yes.
oh. Unless this is an elaborate scheme where you've also cut your own hair
what's up?
to rid yourself of suspicion.
What is?
We lost a bit of hair.
Oh no. Where does Scarlet sleep out of character? Which room is that? I'll just go bang on it.
Oh,
Scarlet!
Let me think for a moment. She's names. Yeah, nobody answers.
I follow him and try to open the door.
It's locked.
I have a bad feeling about this. I think if they came
I
for...
dimension door behind it.
Right? You dimension door into an empty room. None of her belongings are in the room. The room does not look slept in. Sorry.
even as he's doing that, I'm gonna start walking towards wherever the wagon with the corpses is. Or where did we store them? Do we take them inside into the
Well,
room? Do we
I'm pretty sure you
probably-
left the horses somewhere in the stable. What you did with the
Yes.
corpses is up to you.
with the caskets?
With the caskets.
I think we'd probably try to keep them close by, right? Because we know they can be fucked with, and we know someone has a definite interest in it too. And
Would
so,
it make sense?
is it okay if we have them in our room somewhere beneath the beds or something like
Sure,
that?
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm going over there directly and checking if they're still, if they look the same. If they...
The caskets, the coffins are intact. They haven't been touched, or at least they look closed. I guess you like lift them up. Like you lift one of them, you see most likely Dragus, judging by the size, body completely wrapped in like white linen cloth, you know, like a mummy. Just laying there. There's no sign of it being disturbed or unwrapped, or there are no cuts on the linings, there are no puncture
Okay.
marks, there's no coloring. on it.
I'm closing it back up, and I am checking if for Melora's casket or coffin to see if it's
Same.
the same.
It's the same.
Okay, I would like to break out of the room with.
How?
I do have thieves' tools.
Go ahead. It's no problem. It's a very simple lock. It's click and it's open.
Okay, I will go outside and start my ritual for find greatest steed.
Right. I was
Summon-
assuming you
summon-
already had
summon it.
her because I assume you were right
Oh,
with
okay.
her.
Yeah. In
Actually-
that case,
Nah,
I
she's
wouldn't
not-
probably wouldn't have summoned her.
Really? Okay.
No. Well,
You know,
no, I wouldn't probably have.
Jahan, they've come for our body parts before.
Who?
Ceruleus's men, for hair and the like.
That
I think-
seems.
No, I think
Weird.
it helps with tracking us, actually. And I'm gonna quickly flip my fingers, and I am gonna turn on see invisibility.
Nothing around you.
Why
but
would-
by the way, Leos, did you actually go outside and start doing the ritual?
I think we might be upstairs, and I will go down
Yeah.
and see if she's sitting there. I will first of all, I will check if she's anywhere in the vicinity.
You don't find her anywhere in the tavern.
Is she outside?
Yeah, she's outside. She is washing her face in a barrel of water.
Okay. I will go before her. I will cast Detect Thoughts,
Okay.
and just the basic thing. And I will want to just see her, her like superficial. Want to hear her superficial thoughts. That doesn't require any check.
All three components.
Well, unfortunately, I do have a copper coin.
No, I just mean that it's very obvious.
Oh, it should be obvious. But yeah, fuck it.
All right. Her surface thoughts as you're walking towards her is, this water's fucking cold. Why am I doing this? I could be at home in my wonderful flat with warm water. Why am I doing this?
Okay. I will go to her and say, somebody cut off my hair and Jahan's hair, and we all now know that this isn't good. So, what have you been doing during the night? Have you been cutting hair? And I will tell her, Just because I don't want to be lied to, I will read your thoughts because I don't give a shit anymore. I just want to know the fucking truth, and I will attempt to probe deeper.
She like manages to say, "And good morning to you as well," before you start probing deeper. So
That is a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
like at the moment she winces as you probe like deeper into her mind and it's really make its emotional stance on that moment's Russian's mind.
Shit, now I'll sniff them.
Could I ask everyone except for Leos to turn off your sound for a moment again,
Oh boy.
please? So, you know, like those images of like what's on a person's mind and like parts of brain separated into sectors. So, like right now, her emotional state current is like worry and surprise. Like, what are you implying? Like her next is like, oh crap, and like desire to go like check her hair. But the like majority of her thoughts is basically, now he will never be mine.
Do I get a sense of who?
I guess, yeah. And Drago.
I just stare at her and say, "Are you working for Ceruleus?"
Like, there's an attempt from her to slap you, but it seems she's disturbed enough that like she doesn't even like hit you. She misses. Can you repeat that question again?
Are you working for Ceruleus?
No. And how dare you imply that? You do this to me again, friend or not, I really got you. You do not get into my mind. Your spell is over already. I mean, you
did she-
succeeded. It's done.
Okay.
It's a one-time thing, so at least as far as I understand from.
Yeah, no. I'm not so sure about that, but it doesn't matter because at that point, I would draw back anyway.
No, I guess
So
I'm
it's
wrong.
fine
But
either
yeah,
either way.
we'll check it later.
In that case, I would still keep it up, but I would detract my my focus from her and say, apologies, even though you might not accept them. But we're all on edge.
I do not care about your apologies. I do not wish to be here, and I'm here for one and only one reason.
Yeah, I do believe you. But you will never get him. I turn around and go inside. And
There's like, as you're going past the doors, there's like a dagger that hits the door sill right next to your face. Like, you're sure, like, this dagger? Okay, yeah, this was intentional.
I take the dagger and I put it in my clothes and I keep it.
There's some loud. You're not sure of the exact meaning of the word, but it's definitely Gaulish, and it's most likely, judging by the temper, it's most like a swearing.
Okay. I don't say anything except for taking the dagger and I go inside, and I wanted to see if anyone looks suspicious or if anyone has weird thoughts on the surface that might make me think there's someone suspicious still in the tavern?
There are not many people in the tavern. It's relatively early. It's not a very big tavern, but like most people are thinking about what they're currently eating. One farmer is thinking about how he's gonna be selling his cow. Like the personnel is thinking about whatever things they need to do right now for the sake of the business. Nothing that would draw your attention.
Okay, then I'll head back up to the others, and I will say Scarlet is outside. She's clean. She's definitely clean.
Huh?
Did she shower?
Why would we even? You think this is like her cutting your hair off in the middle of the night when she can? This seems way too crude for her ways. This sounds like the Greys all over again, more than that.
To be honest, I don't know her, and I don't. Whatever orders she might have just followed them, how crude they may be.
I don't think so.
Well, I know she doesn't. She's just here for one exact reason, and it starts with a T.
Yeah.
I'm not following.
I go to Jahan very close and say, she's madly in love with Trago.
Oh,
And she just wants him to be back alive. And she's super pissed at me. So please stay in my vicinity in case she attacks me.
sure.
And I stole one dagger of her.
Well,
You-
I'm
I
kind
didn't
of
hear that, right? I heard nothing.
Well, it would be loud enough for you to hear it.
Not with his passive perception.
Oh,
I have
good.
minus 10.
Minus 10?
10. Mine is. 10.
Minus 10. Minus 10. That's cool.
Yeah, I will probably say the same thing to Alice, even though he might already know. But as a, if you ask me, she is pretty clean.
That's the feeling I
She's-
got
Yeah.
after the ship in general. I mean, but what did you do to her?
I just asked some, let's say, uncomfortable questions.
I know those. Okay. Anyway, someone definitely has. So, I'm not entirely sure what they've been using it for, to be perfectly frank. No idea exactly. But it
Wait.
might have something to do with the dreams or the sensor that sometimes appears.
Are we safe now at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. The ritual that
Salon.
no. Melora, the one that she did for me to try and find Neati.
Yes.
She asked me if I do have some personal belongings.
Yes.
What if they just required our hair to be scrying on us?
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. Thing is, it doesn't really help them as long as anytime you want to talk about something really important, let me know first.
Yeah.
And they won't have that option. But, I mean, chances are very high they know about us. Go fuck yourself, Don, is what also I'm going to be saying right now. No, I still think it's going to be useless, out of character.
Well, I think for now we'll be fine.
We should set it up.
Let's not think ahead. Let's concentrate on
Let's
what matters now.
start setting up some watches. What do we have chickens for, if not that they can wake us during the night? When...
Oh, I like this. Start chickens.
Oh, I think there's different animals for that.
I just imagine like in a session like quietly getting in someone's room and they're like, "Oh, fucking chicken, 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 chicken."
Well, if a chicken sees a crime, it is automatically reported.
Oh yeah, I have learned of that. Yes.
And a couple guards teleport into your room and kills the assassin immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's how it works.
Okay.
Oh crap.
I'm glad we're on the same page in regards to that.
Yeah.
Maybe you
I
don't
think
play
we
into
should
the whole
just
Damn
chicken
it!
thing.
I should have thought
continue
about
traveling,
this.
but we should start setting up some more thorough night watches if this is gonna be happening again.
Yeah, we should.
Uh,
Okay, so Scarlet is outside. I think she was just
yeah, let's
preparing.
just get going. Let's leave as soon as we can.
All right.
Motherfucker.
All right. So, you leave your belongings and resume your travels in the direction of Lunar Woodlands. For the purposes of this, you travel for a full week, which makes this 21st, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, morning of the 28th of November.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 7 days. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the cost. 1 second. You can continue.
And about this morning, soon after waking up, you get another message from Salan, which, well, you haven't seen a couple previously, but basically this is a message. As you've been saying, you're getting closer and closer together, that gives you an inn that he's currently in, and he says he's gonna wait there for you because you should reach him today, and he doesn't want you to miss him. So he gives you a name, gives you a description, basically follow down the road, you're not gonna miss him.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it on to the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna basically say he's
Well-
gonna be like at the crossroads.
The crossroads to Tor. Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah. Oh, that's about the distance.
Yeah, I don't think we're. I mean, we're just definitely heading there and watching out for it, but I don't think there's anything in particular we do differently apart from be on the lookout for that place.
Alright. Well, in that case, you once again gather your stuff, pack your horses, pack your chickens, which haven't.
Chicken's most
actually-
important of all.
Never mind that. I don't care. I don't want to think about this. And yeah, you continue moving onwards, and closer to the noon of this very day, you reach the establishment he mentioned in his message.
Okay. Okay, I'll do the math later. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, can the two of you get the coffins? I think I'll need a quick second alone with my great blue friend.
Yeah, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna prepare mentally for a couple of seconds before I'll walk in the door and see if he's waiting downstairs or just. I mean, he's so conspicuous, it's hard to miss.
No. He's there, stuck in his corner. No food really on his table. It seemed that if there was any, it was already eaten. But he's sitting there in basically the same armor you left off, a spear, leaning against the wall next to him, just like sullenly looking at the few people who remained in the tavern who managed to withstand his look.
Withstand the awkwardness, yeah. I'll just walk on over and sit down across. Morning.
Morning.
How's Pip?
Not good. She's been aloof, paranoid, seeing things.
Troubles everywhere. I have two other people with me that we met in Nebo after we had to part ways, and I've got them ready in coffins. The temple of your queen prepared them back in Nebo, so I think at least
I've
that
been
part
told.
will be.
Do you trust the newcomers? This is important what we're going to do.
I think the big guy is very straightforward. Jahan, I don't think he's playing any double games. The other one's a little trickier, but I feel like he's just very motivated by what's in front of him without too much care for the dangers it puts everyone else in. I think their intentions are straightforward.
But that's what to say. As far as I'm concerned, where's the trigger? Miller comes back or not is up to the fate. But if they were to tamper with the ritual, it could sort it all.
I don't think so. But about that, you remember the luck versus fate debates we used to
No.
enjoy? No?
Enjoy.
Good for you.
You still believe in luck?
Not quite as sure anymore.
Good.
No, it isn't. I'd like a little more information about your queen, if you don't mind. Before we are to go at this,
What kind of
I'd like
information?
to know
Shouldn't we have your
anything.
new friends to hear this?
What do you mean?
Well, if I'm to explain the ritual,
I don't mean the ritual, I mean the queen in general.
right?
How she is, what she cares for, what interests her.
Well, I wish I had an answer to those questions, at least some of them. For myself, I'm trying to figure out what she wants from me. She cares for the Phantom Veil, the border between life and death, the moment of death. I don't think she cares about whether people die or not, so long as they stay dead if they died, so long as they die when and how and under circumstances they were supposed and fated to die. And if it happens, then she's good. And if somebody tries to cheat her and cheat the fate and come back as undead as a leech, or
Yeah, I know those topics. It's not exactly what we're talking about today, though, right?
and you want me to peer into the mind of a goddess and explain to you what she likes and what's her favorite color? I can tell you that is
No.
black.
I just thought that if you've been worshipping someone for I don't know. How old are you? Then you'd maybe know a thing or two more, but my bad.
I worshipped her. I've seen her.
Ah, see.
But she remains a mystery. She cares about fate, that I can tell you. If she can be persuaded that it is fate for Trek and Melora to return, then perhaps she'll let him go. I've never done this before. I learned only how to do this recently. I can plead to her, I will plead
Yes.
to her. I have a couple ideas of my own, but
You still have the diamonds?
yes.
Good.
Enough for both of them.
Well, what do we need to set up? Then we can. They're waiting outside, I presume. So
Well, this is not the best place to do this.
where is?
The temple. We're not getting there, I suppose. I mean, we could
Oh.
return to Nebo.
Too long, and we're not welcome in Nebo anymore, or at least I'm not, and my two companions are not.
And that much happened as soon as I left you?
Well,
I knew that I was under reason you still had friends around.
well, fuck yourself.
Well, one thing I can give you advice on, don't take that attitude with the gods.
No, the gods I somewhat care about, so don't worry about that.
Well, let's grab your friends and let's do this.
Hmm.
Have you decided which one is gonna be first?
Does it make a difference?
I know. I guess. One of them could speak for another. For what it's worth.
There I go in that case.
No? The two of you walk outside and reunite with Leas and Jahan. I'm Salan.
Hello.
Hello.
You're big.
Yeah, get that a lot.
Oh,
Okay, where do you want us to go, Salon?
Alex looks around. Any place will do. But yes, let's head a little bit further away from there. There's gonna be a light show, most likely.
Yeah, let's take an hour or two for that.
Is Scarlet following us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is she
Is
there?
there anything we can do to help with all of this? I mean, like, is there anything? I don't know. I have some chicken. Should I bring them?
No. Care is the second coffee place.
Okay.
Why is she here?
She's a friend, and she's very keen on our friend Trego to come back to life. She has helped us.
You remember her?
No, I do.
She's been helping us some more.
Yeah.
Well, us and the patrician, but that's just to be expected. I don't think she'll be fucking with it either. And if she does, I'll turn her into a pile of dust.
Suit yourself. This is going to take a while. You are welcome to think what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So I guess you head away from the tavern into the basically open fields until Salon finds a relatively flat surface of ground that he seems to be satisfied with. And then, I guess partially with your help, you spend the next about hour clearing out that space, making it even more even. And Salon takes out like pieces of cloth, basically, square pieces of cloth, and places them in 12 like positions, like numbers on a clock, and paints different sigils on each of those cloths. There is not, I mean, to be fair, his artistic talent is to be desired, but it's simple enough to understand. There's a flower in blooming over some grain. There's a like hand with an eye on it. There's half an ankh with an eye in it. There's a very thin arm holding scales. There's a triangle of stars, a flaming anvil, a sun, a face of a woman, a coin, and actually another coin, but the faces are somewhat different. And he puts some trinkets on each of those pieces of cloth and basically connects them all with just like a dirt line, and places Traeger's body out of the casket into the middle of these sigils, and starts painting something on his, basically on the cloth that is covering Traeger, but also like cuts it open in such a way that if Traeger returns, he will not be immediately restrained. And like opens his face and removes the copper coins that were placed on Traeger's eyes. And places a small pouch on Traeger's chest. Then, while like you do some more clearing, he disappears into the nearest wooded enclosure and returns a little bit later carrying a couple oak branches, like with leaves, which he puts around Traeger, and a handful of acorns that he just like puts on his chest next to the little pouch. Well, this is it for the preparations. It should.
Is there anything I can do? It might be a stupid question, but would music help?
No, there's no music. Maybe. So, here's how this is going to work. The ritual, as far as I understand, summons the gods. Not actual gods, but avatars of theirs. I don't know. Somewhere. Most of the gods, however, are just there to observe. Make sure that everything is fair. Two of the gods are the ones we have to deal with. A patron god, who has the right to Traeger's soul, knowing him as most likely the Great Oak, and the goddess who controls the passing to the afterlife, my patron, the Raven Queen. Unless we persuade both of them to return Traeger's soul and allow its passage, he'll remain dead. There are 12 sigils that you see, so there are 12 people that can participate in the ritual. One of them is going to be me. You'll have to take your places on the sigils, and I'm certain we'll understand when it is appropriate. We'll get to say our thing to the gods to persuade them to let Traeger go. I don't know what we can say. It can be anything. We don't have to say it out loud. I guess praying is good enough. But we have to try our best, and it either works or it doesn't work.
Okay.
How long does the ritual last?
As long as it takes for gods to decide.
Okay. As soon as he basically finishes it and or is close to finishing it, I would like to give out inspiration to Alice, Jahan. Can I give inspiration to Scarlet?
She does appear intent to, if not participate, then at least be present. She's with you.
I would like to give her inspiration as well and say, your words count. Think well about them and speak from your heart. Because I don't think that there's any better source for all the reasons to keep this one alive or to bring him back. And I would also like to give Salah an inspiration, because
Sure.
why not?
Because he'll need it mostly.
All right.
Let's get a -1, right?
Yep.
In that case, this is where we're gonna take our break and recommend
Alright.
after the break. I like everyone to leave except for Trego.
Okay.
I get to finally play.
For about
Nice.
5 minutes before your character dies off permanently, and you have to roll a new one.
Okay, I'm deafening.
He'll just describe how you painfully
Deafening as well.
Yeah, okay.
All right, see you in a bit. How long? 10 minutes or just back when everyone's back?
Let's go with 15 minutes because I need to talk to him.
Okay.
So, Trigger, you find yourself awakening from a terrible, I guess it was a dream, and standing upon a cold stone floor in a room with just not enough light, not enough color. The last thing you remember is the thrill of a fight and the immense heat of an exploding ship all around you. After that, darkness, and you're here.
I look around me. Like, do I see? Is it just dark, or can I see anything?
It's strange. It's like a small area around you is lit enough for you to see without problem, but after that small radius, it's like pitch black. Not darkness, but complete absence of light.
I do remember the heat. I do remember the fight. I check to see if I'm okay, like my body.
You're fine. No wounds, untouched, unsinged. Your armor polished and beautiful.
Hello?
No echo.
Is it like a room or just open space?
I don't know. You don't see at least any walls, that I can tell you. Or ceiling, for that matter.
Gonna try and like explore the surrounding to see like where I am.
You take a couple steps
Exactly.
forward and it's like the circle of light moves with you. There's you hear your footsteps on the floor, but you take a careful step forward, a couple more, like this. But the circle moves with you and you don't hit any wall, you don't see any change in the environment.
Does this place look familiar? Like, does this place feel? Does this place feelings? I'm not saying it right. Ah. Do I feel like this place is familiar?
I don't believe you do.
Is anyone out there? Where am I? And how'd I get here? Where is everyone? I check my amulet.
Right.
Take a look at it.
It's there.
Normal without the acorn, with the acorn.
I believe you do have the acorn in it now.
Yeah, back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I am. Wait. Okay, Trego sits down, starts thinking a lot, like I do right now. This is a long shot. All the stretch of the world where it is. Okay. Great Oak, if you're out there, if you can hear me, I am lost. I need your guidance. I need your light. Nothing? Yeah. Do you have anything else on me?
No.
Like, not my bag of looting, not my weapons, not my shield. Just armor, and that's it. Have I ever heard about being stuck in between life and death? Because I'm pretty sure Trego thinks he's supposed to be dead. But yet he thinks therefore he is.
Make me a religion check.
Religion. I'm good with those. Not too bad.
I mean, ghosts, rays, most undead are stuck after death. But this looks more like maybe something that happens after you die. You haven't died before, so you're not quite sure. Well, maybe you have, but not like this.
Did anyone else die? Arliss? Melora? Anyone? Okay. No point in just sitting around. But just go in a straight line. He's thinking while he's walking, but he's just walking
And what is
in
he
a straight
thinking
line.
about?
Well, first of all, where the hell is he? Second of all, why did this happen to him? He knows how, like, he remembers the last thing that happened. Doesn't know what to do now, so need to find a way out of here. Need to find a way to get back to my friends. Need a way to find. I need to find a way to stop Oko. I need to protect everyone. So how do I get out of here? He's still walking, like, straight line.
You keep walking and thinking about this and walking for what feels like an eternity until you hear a voice right behind you. You're a stubborn man, Dragomalsa.
That's not the first time I've been told that. Do I see anyone? I look
You
back.
look back as a circle of light turns with you. You hear a click, click, click of like claws along the stone, and into the light walks a female figure covered from head to toes in a matte black dress, the bottom of it, the hem flowing along the floor. Her face is hidden behind a veil, and she has her arms folded as a what's it called? Oh my god. The sleeves of her dress are long and covered in black feathers.
You're the Raven Queen?
I am. And are you willing, Dragomalser?
Willing what? Yes or no question. Yes. I'm a pretty willing man.
Do you know where you are?
Stuck. Somewhere between life and death, I'm guessing.
No?
I move my hand across my face. Do I see anything?
No.
No, okay. Because we've been somewhere that shit happens. No, I have no idea.
Really?
Well, there's nothing around me, and I'm pretty sure I've never been here before. Though, from what I remember Salon telling me about you, something to do with life and death.
Wonderful. Now perhaps you may come to an answer.
I'm on trial. Just like Selene did with my father. Is that it?
It's called being dead, Tregemalser. I hope you would have figured it out sooner.
I would imagine being dead would be a little bit more light. Seeing friends and family that have died off.
Many have wrong perception of death. Nevertheless, you're here for a different reason.
And that is?
Your friends?
Wait, okay, I probably didn't hear the sentence before that.
Your friends.
What about them?
They wish to see you back. And so
I
I
wish to
asked,
see them
are
too.
you willing?
Of course. Yes.
Then, Tregemalser, why should I let you go?
Why should you let me go? Well, I don't know much about you, but I have business that I have to attend to. I haven't finished yet. I need to see this through.
Do you know how many people die with unfinished business?
True.
What makes you special?
To be honest, nothing much. I think I'm just more or less well, I wouldn't say average, but like everyone else. Though I do seem to put my life in front of others for protecting them. But I need to... He's thinking this. He's not saying this out loud, though. Like, I need to see her perspective. You brought back Muradin. She brought back Muradin to complete his higher calling or his fate. I won't assume I know what's mine, but I strongly feel that seeing this through is my fate, or should be my fate.
You assume yourself to know more than gods do?
No. I said I really want this to be my fate.
And if it's not?
If my fate is not seeing this through, if my fate is not to protect and care for those, and those I really don't know, but for those I care and those I don't, and spread the light. No, that is my fate. I chose that fate. I chose to spread the light. I chose to preserve it and fight whatever forces are against it.
You chose
Being-
your fate.
I chose serving the light. This is a fake game. One of your acolytes or disciples, Salan, aligned himself with our cause, with our goals. I'm assuming by your command or by your will. That might mean that we might have a common goal. Right?
You're a stubborn man, Dragon Master. You think too much when you should not, and you do not think when you should. You try to bargain with a god. There's nothing that you can give me.
Even gods don't will anything?
Enough. I grow tired of this. Go see your friends. Perhaps they will be better at this than you are.
Thanks.
You don't have enough time to utter that, as you feel yourself falling and hit the ground and sit up. Okay, this is interesting. The world appears to be all shades of grey around you. You see a circle around you with, you recognize Salan and Darlis and Jahan and Leos and Scarlet standing around you in a circle, and you feel the movement and look up to see a humongous winged humanoid floating above you. And that's me. That's my body. As one of your friends starts saying something. What they're gonna say, we're gonna find out after you and I actually get our break. And we're back. For what it's worth. So, the three of you, plus Salon and Scarlet, seem to have finished your preparations for the ritual. Or at least so far as Salon has explained it to you. He tells you to stand upon a sigil of your choosing out of the 12 that surround Trinko's body, and that he is going to begin the ritual.
Is there any difference between what sigil I stand on?
If you have a date you prefer,
Helm.
I'll pick Helm. I'm not stopping you.
All right.
I would like to.
Which sigil do you stand upon, Jahan?
He moves towards. Is there any that resembles Helm's symbol?
You tell me. It's your
What's
guy.
Helm's symbol?
This is gonna be on the test! You should have started!
That's the gauntlet with the eye on it.
That is it, yes. You pass. For now. Anybody else pick something specific?
I would wait for Arliss to make a decision.
Is there one that represents the Raven Queen
There is none.
among the 12? No?
There's none that represents Raven Queen, but there are two empty ones basically. One for the Raven Queen and one for the Great Oak. Well, or whoever speaks for Tracker's Soul. Oh, it's not a sigil, it's more like an empty space.
But I'll ask him if that'll work too.
It should.
Okay.
Not sure if it will help you any. And to be fair, I will feel rather awkward standing on any other place, but you do you.
Yeah, I'll stand there.
I can stare at you for a moment.
Wait, Stalan and Arthas are going to stand in the same place?
Next!
He'll try.
You, with the goatee.
Yeah. I want to stand on the Great Oak.
Good luck. It's that way.
Go there where he points at.
Scarlet kind of like looks around and stands upon the sun. Go with that. And Salon stands upon the sigil that holds up scales in a thin, almost skeletal hand. All right, I'm gonna start. He closes his eyes and starts saying something under his breath. And for a while nothing happens. But then you see as a thin, almost transparent ethereal flame begins on the perimeter of the sigil you're standing on. And the flame runs the circle of it until you're standing surrounded by a wall of ethereal flames. He opens his eyes. It is working. I'm gonna proceed. Close his eyes again and start saying something again. A moment passes. 10, 30. A pillar of light splits the heavens and descends upon the place where Tragger's body lies. Light is blinding, dazzling, It's like looking at the sun. You can't help but look away or close your eyes. When your vision returns, you see a humanoid figure, 15 foot tall, floating in the air above Traeger's body. The figure is of a male, or apparently a male. Beautiful beyond any description, a pair of golden wings behind its back. A crown of wonderful hair surrounds the face of this individual, and two blazing eyes look at all of you. In one hand it holds a strange cube-like structure that turns and oscillates and occasionally seems to move through itself. There's a chain coming from that cube and wraps around the hand of the creature. Inside of your mind, all of you hear a booming voice. The rites of resurrection are ancient and pure. It is upon this hallowed ground that you call upon the greatest honor a mortal may receive, an attempt for a second chance. I am Izariel, scribe of the seven heavens. Who it is that you conduct this rite on behalf of? Whose immortal soul do you call upon? At this point, someone stands up and calls out Traeger's name. The figure extends one arm with the cube, and the cube kinda unfolds. You hear the rustling of paper. The soul you ask for is able and willing. The rite may commence. As he says that, Traeger's body starts glowing slightly, and you see as the acorns on his chest sprout and start growing. Small bush, which then ignites into a warm, sun-like flame with a slight green tinge on the edges. The pyre burns, and each of the speakers is present and prepared. Speak on behalf of the one you wish to see returned, but remember the ones who stand here to judge your words. Salon looks around, nods to you, Arles. I say that this man must be brought back. My queen, you have a fate for me. I know not what it is, but you asked me to guide these people. And it is my belief that his light is necessary for this world. There may be others, as you've said, but they may not have the time. If we are to succeed, if we are to win, his light is needed in this world. For it is because of him that the others may continue on this path. Or so I say. The whole time as he was speaking, the figure of the scribe was staring at Salon. As he finishes, your argument has been heard and accepted. If there are no lies in your heart, dive into the pyre and let the gods be the judges of your worth. Salon looks around once again, nods, steps out of his sigil, and walks towards Traeger's body and the flames that envelop it. He pauses for a moment and jumps into the flame. It envelops him and he disappears. Where he stood, a sigil lights up with the same flames that envelops Drago. Who else speaks on behalf of the soul?
I'm looking at Arles if he wants to, but since he's not seeming to, I will take over and say, oh shit, give me a second. My browser crashed. I wanted to check up something.
Seemingly seeing that there's some hesitation,
Jahan steps forwards if we don't give break to the technical difficulties. So Jahan steps forward, squares his shoulders. I worship Helm, god of the guardians, of gods, and those who watch us over others. I've known Drago for a very brief amount of time, but I came here seeking them because of all the tales I've heard of his exploits, of all that he and his friends have done to protect others. I think that there's few others who are as worthy as a chance to once again rise and stand guard for the realm as Drago. That's my words.
your argument has been heard and accepted. If there are no lies in your heart, dive into the pyre, and let the gods be judges of your wars.
He straightens his back again and walks into the fire.
And so he too is enveloped and disappears. The place where he stood lights up with the same flame as Drago's body is. Who else speak on behalf of the soul?
Step forward. Or I speak up. I am known by the name Leos. I do not follow any god. I mostly follow myself. I don't have a good moral compass. Something that's strongly opposed by Drago. People like me that are seeking for a purpose in life need people like him to be an example of what it means to be good. This world needs good. He is good. He has values and he does not stray from them, which I cannot say about myself. But I envy that, and I want to learn from that. And there's a big darkness coming. We all know that. You should know that, I assume. But with that darkness coming upon us, we need a connection to the gods who are willing to fight for humanity, for anything that's living in this world. And we need every single one who has a strong connection to the gods to walk aside us. And he is someone who's not willing to stray from the path that his God is showing him. And that will be a righteous path and a path for life. I cannot say that I know him very well, but that is clear once you see him. Once you talk to him for 1 minute, he's honest. He doesn't talk shit. And he always attempts to do all the best. And The good is fading in this world. So please bring him back to balance the good again, at least a bit. That's it.
Your argument has been heard and accepted. If there are no lies in your heart, dive into the fire and let the gods be the judge of your worth.
I say there's one thing to specify because I don't know if this is relevant. Leos is not my birth name. I don't know if you want to know my birth name, but I am called Leos. Adam is my birth name, and I walk into the fire.
And so you two are enveloped by flames and disappear. And the flames of a similar color light up on the sigil upon which you stood. Only two remain. And once again, you hear the voice in your heads. Who else speaks on behalf of this soul?
I'll wave at Scarlet to go ahead.
She looks up, clenches her hands, closes her eyes, and you see her lips moving a little bit like she's saying something, but she's not saying anything aloud. It lasts for a while. Your argument has been heard and accepted. If there are no lies in your heart, dive into the fire and let the gods be the judges of your worth. And so she steps off the sigil and leaps into the flames that surround Drago. Who else speaks on behalf of the soul?
I speak on behalf of Trago as well. I'm Arls. And I've known him for quite a while now. Only a few months, but what we've gone through in those few months could fill stories that many lifetimes won't fill. Leos has said before that everyone here could feel an incoming change, an incoming storm. Something I believe to be connected to the planes coming down crashing when the dragons return. And it is very evident that this soul is completely intertwined with that fate. The Queen of the Afterlife has called us fate-touched, from what her priests say. And I think that this fate has only just started. It doesn't end with this part, with one small mistake that we've made. I don't believe in fate, I don't think. I believe in luck, changing it in any situation the way you need it to be. But if you're willing to bring one or both of them back, I'm willing to look the other way. I'm willing to recognize the fate you have laid out in front of us. I just believe that whatever this touch of fate you have given us is, it'll only work if everyone's here again. I don't think there's a way to change what's about to happen if we aren't all still here. I think this plane, or at least this place, needs Trego and Melora. They need each other, and I need them. That's all.
Your argument has been heard and accepted. If there are no lies in your heart, dive into the fire and let the gods be the judges of your worth.
I'll step forward.
And as you do, are enveloped in flames and disappear. For all of you, the last thing you heard were your own words before you stepped into the flames, and suddenly you find yourselves reappearing where you stood before, surrounding Trego's body. The fire still burning. It's hard to say where you failed or succeeded. The winged creature is still present. And you once again hear its booming voice in your mind. The words have been heard and judged, and thus the gods have chosen exalted by the flames. This poor soul has the gods' favor to walk this mortal realm again. In the name of the seven heavens, I declare this rite concluded. The cube closes, and the flash of light, the figure disappears. Trego? You know what's been going on, and so you find yourself awakening again. And all of you see, as the fires burn down, as the body of Trego moves again as he struggles against the cloth that holds his movements.
Do I still have my arm chopped off?
That's what you wonder about.
Well, because
As
hug people with one arm is different than to hug people with two arms.
I mean, you ponder the complications of hugging people with one arm, as one of the people is already basically flying towards you and hugs you herself.
I hug back.
You have one arm.
Jahan rushes over. Well, I'll be damned! Welcome back to the world of the living!
Trego's
Sort of with the expression of a happy puppy, Jahan is just over Trego and picks up both Trego and Scarlet, just like, yeah!
You're surrounded by your friends, Trego. Although your body is not what it was. However, one question remains in your mind. All this time, where was Melora?
Yep. But
I just stand there
And that's
say,
where we're gonna end the session for tonight. We'll pick up next week with Melora hopefully
this.
present for her own ritual. To be brought back or not.